Yo, what's up, y'all? This is your girl Dizzy the host. Yo, what's up, y'all? This is your girl Dizzy the host from What You Got to Say. And we're going to start this thing called Dizzy's Disclaimers. And you're going to see this sometimes before every What You Got to Say show. The reason for the disclaimer is that if anything ever goes wrong in a show, I want to make sure y'all know about it before you tune in. So we recorded our first show this past weekend about a pretty dope topic. See, right there. That's why we do this. A pretty dope topic with some pretty dope people. However, due to the overwhelming use of Zoom, did not record the way we wanted it to. But we do not want to get rid of this content. We still want to post it. So, although the flow is not the way we wanted it, we felt it was still a good conversation to have. So, tune in, check it out, and we'll see you in another week. What you got to say? So, the topic for today is going to be COVID-19. Of course, y'all are, I'm sure, tired of talking about COVID-19, but we're going to come at it from a different angle. We're not going to talk about the deaths. We're not going to talk about recoveries. We're not going to talk about what our government is or is not doing to curtail this mess. That's probably going to be the next episode when we really pissed off about it. But what we want to talk about today is maintaining balance during COVID-19. All of our lives are very different. We all have very varying schedules that we're used to dealing with every single day. Some of us is get up, go to work, go to school, mess with your kids, come home, cook dinner, good night. Other people is doing inside stuff Monday through Thursday, and then Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I'm always on the stage, or various things that we all have become our norm. But now with lockdowns and quarantines and so on, all of our lives in one way, shape, or form has changed. So the first part of this is, how are you maintaining balance spiritually, mentally, emotionally, physically, family? Who would like to start?
I have a question first.
Yeah.
How PG or rated
We
R
are us. We are us.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Cool. I need to listen because I don't know
question.
about all that healing and good vibes. Yeah,
we want everything, even the bad. We're here to talk about the good and or the bad. Anyway,
I feel bad though. Keela, like she's so nice because I wasn't gonna ask that question. I was get me.
Look, I was going to talk about things that are not federally legal at the moment. So, but in my state, it is really legal. And that's how I get by.
Right. Well, Keela, say what you got to say. This is what you got to say, not what we think FCC wants to hear. It's what you got to say.
Right.
Right.
So,
Keela, you first.
I'm saying one of the most, like the things that's really interrupted my life right now, because I don't have kids. I have my husband and I have my father, and he's working all the time. But my weed life is interrupted. Like, it really is interrupted. Going into the dispensary, like checking out the strains and seeing what I need for the day. Now it's like, I just got to throw it outside. Okay, just throw the weed outside. I'll throw the money inside. They're not letting you do that, so no more going to dispensaries. So I just have to sit here clear-minded and drive myself crazy.
Okay. Okay. Candace, what you got?
So as far as like how we're balancing, my family was pretty much balanced for the most part. It kind of goes back to before my husband got out of the military, because when he got ready to retire, of course, that's completely different lifestyle between active duty and you on the other side. Once you got that DD-214, it's not the same. It's not the same. He really just kind of reshaped the family and how we just kind of went about our daily lives. We had to learn how to kind of get bored and stay in the house, so that we spent our money different because we wanted to buy a house. So you had to change your finances and make sure you had everything cleaned up that was on credit. And so while doing that, we were not spending as much money, not eating out as much, not hanging out, with our friends and going different places and stuff like that. So with sitting in the house, kind of getting bored and hanging out and spending more time together, we kind of developed a different relationship. And so Trent, kind of fast forward to after we got the house and, we're paying stuff off and still doing great. now here comes this virus and everybody's like, stay in the house, social distancing, stay away from everybody, things like that. So I'm like, oh, well, we were already great with doing that because my husband had already, just kind of reshaped everything for us. So the kids, he had them doing schoolwork over the summer, just kind of keeping their mind going. And then they already help with like yard work and chores and stuff like that around the house. So that just kind of kept going to where we are now. So it hadn't been much of an interruption besides, me trying to avoid everybody when I'm in the grocery store or at work, like that. So
okay. All right.
MVP on this. Shout out to all
families coming together.
That's right. Okay, Mr. Kavana, tell us about your experience right now, balance in COVID-19, and also how it's affecting you.
Well, I feel like for me, I represent the full-time creative because that's what I am. I'm still trying to figure it out, to be honest. I feel like the outside of me is going completely crazy, but the inside of me is at complete peace because you already know my relationship with God. That is my key thing, is being balanced with God. And then I think the one thing that I can say that is a cool thing for any creative is, I think the greatest weapon that I found out is that we are not too deep. I got a Pac-Man game in here. I got DVDs. I got cassettes. I got albums. I'm saying, like, I got a Michael Jackson doll in here, meaning I realized, like, as I was sitting in my house, even today, like, we really we don't take advantage of the simple things. We kind of get caught up in our phones. I'm never really one that gets caught up in the phone. I just use it because I'm an artist and I got to go gig and stuff like that. So it didn't disturb me, but what mostly disturbed me the most is when I had to go outside. Like, I've been quarantined really since March 9th. That was the day that I decided to start self-quarantining. And looking at other people, it makes your nerves bad. It makes it worse. And so what I tell people is, try to find a way just to be silly in your home. Try to find a way just to not to take yourself serious, because if you're self-quarantining yourself, then you're doing what you're supposed to do, but I think I'm still trying to figure it out, to be honest, because each day it's like a new feeling. Today, I feel quite still. I got my ears on,
It's so cute.
I mean? Yeah, I wanted to, I want people to just have a good time, even in spite of darkness. I think that's the one thing that's helping me get balance is, in spite of it all, find something good. And you can, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's what it is for now.
All right,
Tyrone
Gregory.
At the moment.
Today. Without weed.
Sorry. I'm sorry.
We don't all partake, but we don't hate that you do. It's all good.
Yeah, do it.
All right, Mr. Tyrone, what about y'all?
Nah, like, for real, honestly, I just been sit back, dying laughing at the whole situation. People look at me, they're like, you are too lighthearted about this. And I'm like, I am OCD and I'm a germaphobe. I've been quarantined my whole damn life anyway. Y'all niggas should have been washing y'all hands and washing y'all ass. I don't understand.
All these tutorials.
So you know what I'm saying? What's her name? Donna Summers. I'm still alive. You need to go ahead and stop singing, ma'am. You're a legend, but leave it alone. Don't try to pick up off coronavirus to get your career back. Leave me alone. Please. I'm just saying, she a legend, but they out here going crazy. Like, oh my God. I had a family member call me in crisis because another family member won't stay in the house. And I was like, tell them to stay in the house, or when they leave, not to come back to your house.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
If that's how you feel. I don't care. Hell,
right.
I feel like after all the poking and prodding the military did on me, I think I got the daggone whatever antidote inside me already.
You got the vaccination.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I don't be tripping. I be laughing. Like I said, I sit back and literally turn R&B songs into gospel songs for the people who act like they scared.
Right,
Yeah.
right. So I happen to be like in a weird situation because my job, I'm mission essential for the job, for my real life job. I'm a mission essential person. So just because everything else on the planet has shut down, I'm still going to work every single day. I mean, I work for a base, and so my mission essential is we're there to take care of the children of the military members. And contrary to popular belief, not all bases are closed right now. There are still people in full operation. And I think my mentality is that we're at a point where it's not if it's going to hit us, it's when. And some people say, well, you're crazy, you still going to work, why shouldn't you should be at home with your kids, quarantine. And I agree, however, I'm watching the children of the people who are going to be working in the hospitals when you're sick.
Yeah.
They're going to be, it's going to happen.
Yeah.
So I would much rather a military member not be worried about little Johnny and what he's doing while putting on the masks and putting on the gloves and taking your blood and IVs and taking care of people when this hits. And I think it's really funny how people have a tendency, I don't know, to get, I don't want to say prophetic, but they think they know so much, and they would rather spread negativity than positivity. We've had people at our base go on the spouses pages and lie and say, oh, we heard caregivers in these programs have coronavirus. Ma'am and sir, why would you spread something like that? That's ridiculous. Right. The ones of us who are taking care of the ones who are about to take care of you and your active duty spouse when this hits our area. So, I am waking up every morning and putting my clothes on along with my amazing staff members and taking care of children. And however, I am taking precautions coming back to the facility, coming back home, and walking into my laundry room from my garage and taking everything off.
Did she say the wig? Did she say the wig?
All of it. Look, if you don't think COVID-19 can live in this red,
you gotta leave the wigs at home.
What?
You gotta leave the wigs at home. They can't get sick.
I'm not going to work looking like Meek Mill. Absolutely not.
Wait. I do the same thing. Blackout.
Right.
I was like, blackout. Right?
Hold up, wait a minute. Y'all thought I was finished?
But as the point is, I don't want to come home and infect my family with anything. Am I worried? Yes. Am I scared? Yes. Do I let them know that? No. Because at the end of the day, it's not when. It's not if, it's when. And I think that once we get that mentality,
so you don't want to harm them or distort their view of what's going on in the world because of the apprehensions that we have. Because okay, I gotta let me put my mommy on. Let me reel it back in. So when I get home, my kids are straight because they worried when they see you worried.
Exactly.
I'm saying like I got kids.
You have a dog.
Look, I said the same thing.
That ain't my dog.
Yes, my little child. I don't have one. You're right.
I'm like, that's right.
I got enough.
So
I need to borrow one. I got
physical?
enough.
What about physical? Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. What were you saying, Keela?
No. I was just responding to Tyrone Gregory.
What'd he say?
I got enough kids. If they need to borrow one, they can have one.
I said I borrow one.
No, thank you, sir. No, thank you.
Okay. Well, I got a dog too. Little Toto. I got a little one.
No.
Okay. All right.
Okay. So what about with your families? And now I know, some people are rolling solo here, but some people, because of the schedules that we keep, we're used to only spending a particular block of time a day with our family. Yes. And we love our family. However,
Comma.
when you are used to maybe only interacting with your husband or children for, let's say, 4 hours a day, 5,
Yeah.
and now for those of you that have to stay home, 24 hours a day. Look at his hat. 24 hours a day. How has that changed your dynamic in the house? Come on, Keela.
Listen, we were already doing this. I was already at the house. We just relocated from Germany to Southern California, and me and Ghost, aka my husband, we stay with my dad right now, and so we have been in this type of space already. My dad would go to work. He's the only one that's really. We probably need to ask him because Ghost and I, we have been, side by side at least since June when we left Germany. We've been together 24 hours a day since then. And it's actually like, I'm really trying to hold on to all of it because I know one day we will have to, be separate and go to work for hours upon hours. And so like, I really like chilling with him. And if I don't, then we just both get in our own little zones and get on our laptop. But I prefer that, we're up under each other all the time. I think my dad likes it, I think.
That was speaking like a true woman with no children.
Right.
That-
Right. So I feel like everybody can go to their own spaces. And then the dog that we have, she is usually super hyper, like a little 2-year-old. But she got into a little fight with a pit bull because she thinks she's bad. And so she's been on like pain pills for the last 5 days, and it's been amazing.
so now
What kind
she's
of dog is
higher
that?
than you.
What kind of dog is that?
German Shepherd.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I
So
mean,
she's
you did
been
little. You
on
did like
chill
this, like it
mode.
was a little
Yeah,
dog.
that's not
Yeah.
little.
Oh, okay. All right. I was like, it found a
Yeah,
pit bull
no,
and it's still
she-
alive.
She's still on chill mode. And so for me, I really enjoy the time together because I know it's going to end soon.
Gotcha. So that we all know now that when Keela has children and they're hyper and they're 2 pain pills, we need to keep out her house. So
Like, did you just fall? Did you just fall?
Hey.
You need Advil?
That
stay.
NyQuil gonna be right there on deck.
Hello?
Benadryl.
all right, Greg, what about you? Because I
Oh,
know
Lord
you have
Jesus.
a plethora of children.
Listen. So my schedule.
First of all,
when I
tell
got
them
out,
how many kids you have, Greg.
I got 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
All of them. But I was so used to, after I got out the military, I was happy because I would get up in the morning. Which one we do, baby? Take the kids to school? You on your way to work? I got you. Drop their little asses off. Come home. I can go back to bed. I can watch TV. I could do whatever. I could just do nothing. Have you ever enjoyed doing this right here? I miss doing that shit.
You don't do that no more.
No, they home all day. I gotta figure out what to teach them because the school ain't sent me the right daggone packet yet of the stuff I'm supposed to be teaching them to keep them on track. So I'm like, shit. 9 divided by, hold on, calculator. Okay, yeah, do 9 divided by 8. You know it. Sit down and work it out the long way.
You the one in school?
I'm back in school all over again.
Mm,
Yeah, my wife, Lord, God bless her.
God bless you.
She just figured out how it feels to be retired because she took some leave. She lost her days. Yesterday, I got up yesterday ready to do this because she told me yesterday was today.
Y'all days are just mixed up now.
All the
Oh
days
my
is good.
God.
You don't even know what day it is.
Now, what's beautiful about it, I learned how to play the Xbox.
Oh, okay.
I'm not a video game man. You know how most men, my thumb still don't work right. But me and the wife, we played a game together.
Nice.
I learned that my dog knows how to walk around the block for the first time. I just learned this. COVID
Your dog
has been
walks
teaching me a
himself?
lot of shit.
He walks himself?
No. No, we walk him, but he's small. His legs are like literally this long.
Mm.
So I didn't think he could make it all the way around the block. He get tired after running in the yard half the time. He went all the way around the block with me twice.
You're just finding out new things.
Yeah,
Right.
new revelations, right?
I
What
found out.
about you, Candace, and the
Oh.
kids and stuff?
Oh Lord.
Yeah.
It's definitely a slight adjustment. I would already have my kids working, like they had spring break and then it ended. So during spring break, I gave them like little books and little sheets and stuff that I would print out, like, hey, just kind of keep your mind working. So when you go back to school, you're not, start back at square one. And so when, everyone's like, the kids aren't going back to school, they're going to stay at home. It's like, oh, so whenever they send, their packet or whatever they're going to send, we can kind of work through that. So God bless my husband, because when I was still going to work, he stepped it up like 4 more notches. Like it just went from here, and he moved it up a notch, because he's already at home with our 2-year-old. And Lord, that little girl, she's like, she got all of his mannerisms and all of my mouth
Oh,
at 2. And she active, like her little legs are strong, like she been running track with me or something. I don't understand. Speaking of walking around the block, she can walk around our whole block. Like she'll walk like a mile by herself. Like, you too, sit down somewhere.
goodness.
And then I want a snack. I want some grapes. I want chips. Chips, please.
Oh, don't talk about the grocery bill with kids, girl. Don't do it.
Ooh, cookies. Like, you just take this fruit cup and get out my face.
They ain't making
No.
a good case, Cabana. They're not making a good case.
Look, I know, right?
And then lunch, and then I need another snack. I want another snack. Can I play with you? Can I play with this? Can I go outside? I need a snack. I need another snack. Is dinner ready?
I try making
No.
food that you can have leftovers for dinner the next day. No.
At it and people like, oh, you made extra. Can I get a second plate? Can I get third? Bruh. Like,
And then see, mine are grown. They get bougie on me. We just had spaghetti yesterday, Daddy. Can't we have something different tonight? You like to cook, Daddy. Don't tell me what I like longer than you.
Agree.
no,
I'm not
Okay.
making a good case.
So no, don't get it wrong, y'all. We love our children.
Oh, I love
but
my
you,
baby.
you guys don't understand the shift. Like, okay, so I still go to work, but my husband has been told to telework from his job, and he's been on telework for the past 2 weeks, and it's been extended till the end of April.
Wow.
So thank God for our school system that we are in. All our kids, well, all of the middle school kids and high school kids pretty much do all their classes through Google Classroom, and they all have Chromebooks. So this particular school system was very ready for this, because they basically, my son has like had a syllabus sent to him and saying, this is what you have to complete this week. This is what you have to complete next week. Pending, we were supposed to come back next week. But now that they don't, the rest of their, because my children are now out, their school's been closed now till the end of the year, which is now, in my place, it's been, and our end of our year is the mid-June. And then guess what? Summer camp.
Wow.
And then we have summer all the way. We don't go back to school until after Labor Day.
Wow.
There you go. There's the face, Candace. So which means our children have been out of school since March the 16th and will not go back to an actual classroom until September.
Everybody got to
God.
Everybody
Right.
got to repeat.
Right.
Everybody
So
got-
she said everybody got to repeat.
Look, you need to start a GoFundMe or something. Just send you some snack money, or because I know they they didn't.
Ooh.
You see how big her son done got?
Look,
Listen,
bring their
that is a grown man.
I know they
Exactly. And
I know.
so, and this is the thing, I don't know if, and I can't necessarily say this is a man or woman thing, but it's kind of a man and woman thing. Women, when we grocery shop for our family, and this could be everybody, but still, I know how long the food should last.
Right.
I know what the rations typically are. So if I make, like he said, make something that's supposed to have leftovers, and then it doesn't, I'm like, just like Candace just said, you didn't have first breakfast, second breakfast, a lunch, a couple snacks. You are now a hobbit.
Yeah.
Who told you to eat this much food? And then as soon as I walk in the door at 4:30, 5 o'clock, oh, we hungry. How, Craig? How are you hungry? How are you hungry? There are 30 bags of Cheeto minis in here. There's no fruit left. 30 oranges are gone. And somebody made at least 12 egg sandwiches. Who is hungry?
Look, Dizzy, I literally showed my kids what the store's shelves look like right now.
I did too.
We have to like kind of ration our food. Like I have to make this stretch because when I go in the stores, it's like, I wouldn't normally buy that, but the rest of the shelf is empty. So let me just grab this and I'll just try and make something.
Right.
All right, let me try and make something with that because the list that I go in the store with anticipating, I'm like, I can pick up at least the majority of these things. I probably got like 6 things off of my list and a bunch of other stuff that I would normally never buy. And so now I'm, reworking the things that I would have normally cooked, but I'm showing my kids like, look, the grocery stores are bleak. Like I'm not even taking food if I do go in. And thank God for HEB. They're the reason I'm going to live in Texas for the rest of my life because their grocery stores are top notch. But
rice, pasta, and potatoes. It'll take you for a long time.
I just know this. Me and Keela are twins. We are definitely not in this subject matter. We thank God for no kids. We thank God for no children. Hallelujah. My refrigerator is full.
True. Well, but you guys do, because even for yourselves, you're like, hey, I need to spend this much and it needs to last me this long because y'all ain't trying to go outside with them crazy people.
But see, you just opened up a new door of blessing for me, all of y'all. Y'all have helped me and Keela to realize we ain't got no problems in that area.
Right, not right now.
My refrigerator is stocked.
I think I'm gonna give me another coffee. I think I can get another coffee.
I can go get some sink water and be all right. Like,
thank you for bragging.
Look, my fridge water stays stocked. Okay,
the
one out the door, the water out the door.
My fridge water.
I got several packs of ramen noodles, and probably they will all stay together because I ain't got no kids. My God.
See, you know what? No.
And I got ice cream and Snickers.
Ooh, I got popsicles.
You know what
that's
I'm
still in there.
Don't talk about the apple juice. What you doing? Come on, Sarah. Now, come on now.
Maybe he's sanitizing his
Yeah, because all that they was talking was just dirty to me. Don't talk all that to me. I had to put some hand sanitizer on the screen.
I had to jump in.
You understand? I've been taking this time to teach my kids what struggle food is.
Yep.
That's true.
I done gave these little Negroes fried bologna sandwiches.
Yes.
What?
I made
a big old pot of beans. And I made them eat them for 2 days straight.
What sandwich? A sugar sandwich, Cabana?
A sugar sandwich, a syrup sandwich.
What? I gave them
expensive.
mayonnaise sandwiches, and I don't even eat mayonnaise.
You gotta teach them how to cut bread. Cut them in half.
What?
Did you put anything else on the sandwich besides mayonnaise?
Have you ever had a struggle meal?
People ain't got that much money.
Use
one condiment at a time.
Did you hear Keela say use one condiment at a time? Don't put anything else on here.
Don't put nothing else. It'll make your food last longer.
Right. Maybe.
Okay.
Tell you
So
now,
I
let me
have
go
a
in there and see
question.
if 2 ketchups open at the same time. I'm cussing everybody out.
So
You better not have 2 cereals open at the same time.
Oh
you
no.
right.
One of
Look
them.
We don't do that. We don't open 2 cereals.
You
X-rated
look.
it.
We say this. Watch when you have a child.
Right.
I'm
You
not.
have no
Watch
more
when you
control.
have a child. I'm like,
I'm
so
not.
nobody thought to finish the Honey Nut Cheerios before opening Honey Bunches of Oats, Apple Jacks, apple cereal, and then granola that don't even belong to you, that don't nobody else eat in the house.
I got a fix for that. I got a fix for that. My kids hate it when I do it. When they do that, I get a container and I mix all them shits together and shake it up and say, finish that. When you finish that, I
my
go buy some more.
OCD self won't allow that. I don't want to see a Cheerio and a flake in the same bowl.
I don't eat cereal, so I don't care.
And I love Cheerios. Like, that's
You tried the
my
multigrain?
cereal.
Multigrain
Yeah, the multigrain are
Cheerios?
good.
Wait.
He about to get his box.
Multigrain Cheerios are really bomb.
They are good. They are good.
Really good.
I
Yes.
stopped drinking milk, so I stopped eating cereal because I miss my fruit.
Oh, you just drain it. I ain't drank milk in my cereal since I was born. You just drain the milk out. You just need a little wetness.
Look at him with his box.
Multigrain right here. Right here.
And he brought that up like it was gold, boy.
Look, Keela going to get hers. Wait a minute.
Look, hold on. But when you really trying to make that dollar stretch,
Same
make
thing,
that
Claire,
dollar
same thing.
stretch.
She like, it's the same O.
Same. I
You
mean,
know
it tastes a smidge
Hey,
different.
Did y'all
It's
notice at the grocery store? Do you remember, the generic cereals, right? How they got the bags? How usually before all this happened, those would be full and you can't find your actual real cereal. Now you can't find even the generic cereal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can't.
That's crazy.
Okay, so
Nobody
I got a
thinks
question. I got a question for you guys. How do each of you feel that this experience that we're going through right now with COVID-19, how do you feel it's going to affect our future? Like, what things are you seeing right now that are being put into place that may affect the rest of our lives and life as we know it?
I got a couple things.
Go ahead, Candace.
One, I think that's going to change the dynamic in how people go to work, because now they can see, oh, I'm expendable. You don't need me at work all the time, or at the same time, it's like, you can do this from home. That meeting that y'all were trying to say that everybody needed to come to, we can have a Zoom meeting and we can be sitting at the house and do this, and I can get all my work done without these outside distractions or other people to, kind of impose on what I have going on, trying to, achieve whatever task it is for that day. Another thing is, I think, or I would hope that high school seniors and college graduates and college students are paying attention to all the different companies that are actually taking care of their employees and giving them sick leave and making sure, hey, I'm trying to keep you safe. Stay home. I'm still going to pay you, but stay home. Because there are a lot of companies that are like, no, I'm not going to use sick leave. I still expect you to come to work, or no, don't come to work and I'm not going to pay you. So I hope that some of these college students and these high school seniors are paying attention to these companies, because going forward in the future, that should be, what type of industry you're trying to work in. And if you have an eye for, medical aspects and you really want to do the hands-on and work in that type of environment because you have a love for it, then go for it, go all in, because everyone, doesn't have the right mind frame for that. But this is going to change a whole lot going forward, and hoping that people are paying attention to more than just what everything is put right in front of them.
Right. Hey, Kavana, I'd like for you to kind of chime in on this one, because as an entertainer and that like strictly entertainer, strictly creative, strictly performer, like this whole issue has kind of put a major hammer in some of the plans that you have had. So how do you think that this is going to change that? Like looking forward, like we're seeing D-Nice get on Instagram and DJ, and I mean, people are coming out in droves to listen to him DJ where they maybe would have never come out to really go. If D-Nice came to Hampton VA right now, it's not going to be packed.
Right.
But
50
because he did on IG, now he's, you know, kind of making a name. How do you think that this is going to change the entertainment industry?
I think number one, for me, let's just start with this. I had almost 30 gigs lined up. This was my biggest year of booking, and I had all of them canceled. All are gone. I'm glad that you asked the question, because a lot of times transparency is the best healer. As a full-time artist that's not a business per se, there is no income coming in. Creatives are really at the tip of struggle, but they also are at the top of entertaining the world and being appreciated for the very gift that they don't get really truly paid for in respects to their gift.
Right.
Because we lean on music, we lean on TV, we lean on movies, we lean on, think about this. God to me is so great, this for us, because in the sense of, what if this happened back in the day, before Instagram, before MySpace, before Pager and Beeper, and we had none of this? People would be going crazy.
Right.
This is what I think. Well, first of all, they're gonna have a lot of babies, and they're gonna be some divorces. Straight up. People gonna be separating the soon as they get from each other and be like, you know what, I'm done with you. You know what I'm saying? But this is what I feel in the positive for me. I feel that, yes, I agree with Candace in the sense of, yes, it's going to change our lives and computers and all that kind of stuff. But I'm like Will Smith. I'm a fighter for humanity. And what I do think it's going to do, it is going to force people to look at the power of being human and what we have to bring. I think that is leaving lasting impressions of our value. When you see an Erykah Badu in concert in her home, it makes you appreciate her more in the bigger arenas. I think that creatives are now going to think a little bit more stronger in how they place their gift, how they put their gift back out in the world in order for it to be productive. And I think that we're going to start doing things with more purpose. The name of my new album is called Death to Mindless Music. Before all of this happened, I felt like our mentality had become very mindless, and we had become very greedy and entitled because we've had so much given to us. And that's because, you know, we're very smart, intelligent people, but we don't use our common sense. So I believe right now, common sense is starting to come back in the doorway, and people are starting to understand, yeah, you can have all these computers and all these things. And yes, when Mother Nature comes through and knocks everybody out and puts us all on the same page, you are forced to rely on what you have inside of you. And I think that's what's going to happen the most, is that we have a reset button. And the greatest story that I have is Stevie Wonder. Stevie Wonder went into a room for a month, locked himself away, and made the Keys of Life. It changed the dynamics of music. I think that we were not being creative, and we were not pushing and stretching our gifts. We were just being comfortable because it was easy to make $1. I mean, Instagram is a strip show.
Hello.
Facebook,
Hello.
everybody's just doing what it takes. But
yeah,
we need to get back to icons and legends and stars. And icons and legends and stars are not just entertainers. There's doctors, lawyers, hairstylists, dentists, teachers, people taking what they do as a gift and committing to excellence and not doing something halfway, but doing something all the way. So I believe right now what is happening is it's either you go all the way or you get back. And that's really what it is.
And that's on that. That's on
and
that.
That's on that.
and I agree with you 100%. And I mean, I know that, like he said, he hit, you know, entertainers and doctors and lawyers, all of them, but even hairstylists, wig makers, you know, some of the first things I started seeing on Facebook was, am I still gonna get my wig from AliExpress and it's coming from China? You know what I'm saying? And I was like, wait a minute.
Let me talk about my
industry. You
Come
have
on, talk about it.
yes,
Let me talk
you
about my
have
industry.
individuals here in the States who create masterpieces. Why are you still going for the cheapest product? Because you don't want to pay for quality. You
The
know,
bane of my existence.
I know.
You
I
get
know. We're gonna look. Trust me. That's gonna be a whole what you got to say conversation. We're gonna talk about that. Greg, you got another. You got a. How is this gonna change the rest of our lives? What do you see changing?
I believe people are gonna be cleaner.
I hope at least their hands.
I would
Right,
hope
at least their hands. Right.
And then,
Come on.
but
gotta hit that bottom. Please hit the bottom.
But no, I think that this will affect going forward. To me, like I look at like me and my wife, like we've learned even more little things about each other. Some good, some bad. I don't like the way that she go like this and go. I don't like that. I don't. But I
Look,
never
all the
really.
years y'all been
things.
married, you just realized.
It'd be
Yes,
the
No.
little things.
I didn't realize how much I hated it.
Oh, okay.
Because it's like I'm with her all day, every day now, and it's like, yo, hey, can you not breathe like that? So it's like I think it's gonna teach people how to interact with each other more going forward.
right.
You know, whether it's your relationships or whether it's strangers. Like even right now, the five of us, we came together. All of us are somewhere totally different right now. And we are bringing, if anything, we're bringing an educated or a mindful thought to what's going on right now from everybody's different perspectives. So I think it's gonna make not a division, but it's gonna bring us closer as a people, united going
I
forward.
can see that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I can
go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I'm saying I agree. I can definitely see that. I will say probably a lot of parents haven't had some of those conversations with their children, and it's allowing you to kind of sit down and talk and see where they are mentally and, you know, kind of where they see themselves more than just, I see you when I'm dropping you off at your sporting event,
Right.
or then you're gone for another hour and you get back in the car, we eat dinner and everybody takes a shower and goes to bed.
Yeah.
Oh,
Right.
we found out who's the
Right.
lax parent and who's the strict parent. You find all that shit out too.
Yeah, you do.
Like I'll be so mad sometimes 'cause I'm the strict one, but it seemed like I'll be the fun one, right? But I'm the strict parent. I'm the one that's like, yo, you gonna let them do that? And she's like, well, why not? And I'm like, because they not supposed to do that. You're not home all the time, and I already tell them not to do this, and you're telling them they can do it. This
Right.
ain't working. We got
Right.
to learn how to parent together all over again. Like, yo,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
interesting.
I used to think the same. I thought I was the strict parent, and I'm really not. I'm the louder one. I'm the more vocal
Yeah.
one. Everybody
her.
in the house gonna know I'm mad when I'm mad, but the actual rule enforcement, no, we not doing this, is my husband. Because when he gets in that man
Absolutely.
mode, it's like, all right then.
yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah.
You know, and so you know, one thing that I will say, I don't really feel it. I don't feel it's gonna have like a major impact on my nucleus family, because
Right.
we do spend a lot of time together anyway, and so on. I feel it's weird this is very weird for my daughter to not see her grandma
Mm.
in over 2 weeks. And this is someone that, you know, when she was born, my mom watched her every day until we could get into a daycare. So my daughter doesn't quite grasp what's going on. She's like, you know, why can't I see my friends? She thinks that everyone else is at school and
Okay.
she's being made to stay home. And then she's like, well, where's grandma? Where's Mima? I haven't seen Mima. So, you know, we did the whole little Facebook Live thing, but it's not the same. I'm used to seeing my mom at least 2 or so times a week. I'm used to calling my mom almost every other day. but it's weird not to be able to see them, be in their presence. But I have fussed at them and confined them to the house. Don't go nowhere. And then because since I'm already out in the world, send me a text of what you need and I will drop it off to you. Don't come out the house. So I think that the role reversal of parent to child happened a lot earlier than I expected it to in my life. But one of the things that I definitely see travel changing.
Yeah.
Because of what has occurred, requirements of travel, because there's really not any health requirements, never have really been health requirements for travel.
And so, people always coughing in that daggone cabin.
Right. So I think
everything
yeah. So I feel that there's going to be some stricter laws that are coming in reference to health and being able to fly. But the one I saw, to me, I guess you could say it's a whole cultural change that has occurred and for me, that's when something previously that you would have looked upon as negative, and then all of a sudden it's becoming the norm. All right. So y'all remember, I don't want to say back in the day, so we're just going to say maybe a few years ago, people were getting upset on social media because other people were live streaming or taking pictures at funerals.
Okay.
Yeah.
People, why would you do that? So respect his privacy, yada, yada, yada. In the past 2 weeks, I have received Facebook invites to virtually view funerals.
Wow.
Because we can't congregate
or
pay respects to the dead.
Wow.
I got no lie. I just got one last night. And I looked and I was like, what is this for? And this happened to be my friend and his dad have the exact same name. So I thought my friend died.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
And I was like, virtual viewing? What? I don't want to sit at home and watch that. I don't want to do that. But because I've seen this multiple times in the past 2 weeks, I feel that's about to become a norm.
Could be.
But it makes sense, though. I think that makes sense because I don't like it at all. But I understand, like, when you go to the news and you see the number and rate of deaths that are going on, because we have to be realistic that people are dying.
Yes.
And that people are not going to be allowed a proper funeral with their families. Like one of my friends was trying to go to Philly to see his mom, and the reality came to him that they're stopping people from coming into cities. So when you get to that point, because I don't believe in the whole, filming in church and all that other kind of stuff, but at the same time, where we're living and where we are, this would bring so much comfort to people that are quarantined and can't,
Agree.
Yeah, I mean, it would have been good for, like, if this was before my grandfather had passed away, it wasn't even a thought, for that to happen. I was over in Germany, my dad was in Cincinnati, going to the funeral, but I couldn't be there. And so if this was normal, then I would have been able to at least, be there and hear everything and be, be a part of it, and to be able to just say goodbye that way, I guess, since I couldn't be there. But it wasn't, nobody even thought about that. Like, we're not going to do that, but now it would be good for somebody who is overseas and can't make it home, or just separate, just can't get there, but they really want to pay their respects. So I think that would be good.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Right. So this is the wrap up. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Candace. I'm sorry.
Okay, I didn't mean to cut you off, but I was gonna say I think this changed the travel industry as well. Like as far as going forward is concerned, because when you look at flight prices as far as where they are in this moment versus where they were 5 months ago, it's completely different.
Why can't we always have these prices?
Right.
Exactly. So it's like, okay, so I really didn't need to pay, $200 and something to go to this location, whereas now you have that same flight for the same time frame where I needed to get there. I can get that flight for $79.
Yep.
quite a
Yep.
bit more. So it now you're seeing where it's kind of like, I don't want to call it price gouging,
Yes,
but
it is.
inflation. Like you didn't have to charge everyone that
Yep.
price. Some of these cruises that you have now dropped these prices drastically for, or for these airlines or rental cars, and you know the whole travel industry has been thrown up in a whirlwind because of this. So
Yeah.
it's definitely pointing out things that I think didn't have to take place at any moment. I definitely think that prices will change going forward. I would hope
Oh,
so.
Yeah.
Just because
We should do a petition.
right, just because of where everything is now, it just seems like I think I saw an article where I think it was Hertz that was giving free rental cars to medical professionals in the New York area for 30 days, you know, kind of get them in and out of, you know, hospitals so that they're not running on the subways and stuff like that. And they're doing it for free.
Nice. Wow.
Where else, or when else would you have seen something like that taking place? Like,
Right.
who's giving a rental car 30 days for free?
Right.
Yeah.
But it's
Right.
purpose though.
It's a
That's-
shame that it's taking the loss of so many lives for
Right.
more people to show gratuity, to be gratuitous, to do yeah. I agree.
But it does, you know, just let me point this out, you know, not against what y'all saying, but I always believe in balance, and people don't understand. Like, I'm selling my album on Bandcamp for $1, and I worked on that album for 4 years.
Yeah.
You do what you do when you are struggling. People are going to help, but we have to realize the whole world is on the same playing field now. So that
Mhm.
means that an airline, regardless if they want to sell a plane ticket for $19 and know it doesn't make sense, they're going to sell that plane ticket for $19 because $19 is better than no dollars. So one of the things that everyone, I think, needs to understand is balance.
Right.
And that's the one thing in America that we don't have. Third world countries and overseas, they always have better balance than us. We are driven and we're extremists, and we don't take the time to really pay attention. My mom always used to say, and my dad used to always say, don't listen to what they're saying, but listen to what they're not saying. When
Right.
people are talking, you have to sit back and reflect on, okay, wait a minute, hold up. And so when people are doing stuff, you think about this, 30 days they're giving out, you know, these cards. They're going to only be able to do it for 30 days because eventually broke is going to be more broke.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And I'm speaking from a place where I have absolutely nothing, but what I do have is balance. I'm a hustler. I got street sense, common sense, and God knows I got Bible sense. And so I think that it's really important for all of us going forward. It's just to really respect everybody's situation, because really, honestly, everybody's situation is dramatically different.
Right.
Yeah. Yes.
I do pray for that.
Bad. That sounds like the beginning of a wrap up. Like that, Kavanda. All right, Keela,
Yeah.
wrap up, last words.
Ladies in the beauty industry, let me tell you this. Clients in the beauty industry, I just have to say this last point, because this is something. Stop asking to get your nails done, your hair done, your pedicures done, your lashes done, your upper lip done. Let everybody recover. Like, we are trying to stay apart for a reason. Stop being on Facebook asking for services. Can I have is there a traveling stylist who will come to my house? So now that person has been in everybody else's house, and now they're going to come to your house. Like, I don't get it. How are we supposed to stop the spread when there are clients who really, they don't care? Oh, my fill, I need a fill. Let me, does anybody out there do nails? Can you come to my house? So please stop. Stay quarantined, stay safe, stay healthy.
I took my gel nails off with my teeth.
Because you got to do what you got to do. You know what I mean? It's not worth it. And so now you're going to get sick. You're going to get the people in your house sick. And that person, and I just, So please stay safe and stay healthy.
Gotcha. Miss Candace?
Like, it's not worth it. Stay safe.
It's not worth it.
I think that as far as going forward, and just one more point on it, I think that makes everyone, especially in our country, change their views on how they see different industries. When you look at people that work in grocery stores, when you look at people that work in child care and they're looking over your children because you have to go to work because now these people are with, you know, your most prized possession, your children. You know, you want them to be safe and healthy and be able to take care of them. You also need to go buy groceries so that you can bring it back home for your family. So now, you know, $15 for, you know, that grocery store worker or for that person that works in like Chipotle or McDonald's or Chick-fil-A or something because, you know, oh, they can bring it out and you don't have to go inside the store and deal with all these other different people. It makes a little more sense now. I'm like, oh, they might be worth that $15 instead of trying to give them minimum wage and have them figure out how to take care of themselves and their families. Like, I think this changes so much going forward. Like, there's no way that things can stay the same or even go back to what they were before.
Right.
Like, every industry has been thrown into a whirlwind. This has to change.
Agreed. Tyrone Gregory?
I just want to say, you know, ha to all those people who now have to be clean and vigilant because I was tired of you dirty people. Thank you, COVID, for making them concerned with washing their hands. I never really been a handshaker anyway.
Hello.
But I dap you up, give you that elbow all day long. Ooh, I'm asking you. Anyway, I want to say that, you know, I just feel like at the end of the day, this is going to help a lot of people for multiple reasons.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody's going to find their reason for this being good for them. But you're always going to have those negative people that are going to find a reason why this is negative.
Yeah.
So just keep positivity. Just keep pushing positivity. And don't accept nothing but positivity. And everybody be fine.
I feel
My
you.
2 cents.
All right. So last words from Dizzy the host is going to be, please take care of yourselves. Please take care of each other. Please do not judge those of us who still have to go to work. Check in on your elderly. Don't believe everything that's broadcasted, and love one another. Thank you guys all for tuning in to What You Got to Say. Please be sure that you inbox us and let us know what other subjects you'd like us to hit on. We plan on going live. Thank you, Cabana. Thank you, Keela. Thank you, Candace. Thank you, Tyrone. Thank
We all
you.
in different places on my phone.
All right, hold on. Ooh.